at the name you just mentioned now, Evangelist Professor Ebenezer Remilekun, Olasupo, Aremu, Obey Fabiyyi, I thank God once again because I am, let me just say, I'm a privileged grandson. Because
a privileged grandson.
Olon lo tobe. So
this is a big one.
I'm a privileged grandson to the music legend, and I'm thankful to God Almighty. Now, it will be 80 years in a few days' time. Now, let's look at it like 30 years back. That 30 years back, I wasn't born then. 20 years back, during the 60s, I think I used to be like around 7, 8 years then. I'm still a juvenile as in 11. 10 years back, then my interactions with him, they were just like, your school, you have to go to school. But even then, it was even the process of me getting admission into that institution. So everything we discussed about it, just school. And now, I'm talking to you now. I'm done with school, and you know, just a few days ago, we're having a discussion between ourselves in the room, and the discussion ended like, Tobama Feyawo, Komo, Irene Tomafe. What I'm trying to say is that he's the kind of person that he introduces to you what you need at the perfect time. You know, 10 years ago, he couldn't talk to me about marriage. Everything was just school. Now, you know, he's a disciplinarian. What I mean is disciplinarian, that is, he's the kind of person that he observes a lot, and you know, he knows each and everybody. So
it's principle.
Yes. So when he looks at you, okay, bye. Only say bye. And you know, he encourages you, he disciplines you, and so you training that bad, so what is here? So what is say? My granddad, I see him as a kind of person that he loves God a lot, as in one genius, you know. Sometimes he can just be alone. My Lord and my God. Maybe sometimes when he's slightly indisposed, let your healing hands upon me. There's a moment when you just see him talking like that, just something is so. It's
a godly inclined person.
Yes.
So it's even in some moments that
it's just God.
He will just take himself to God.
It's just God.
And his happiest moment
when I see those moments, I know that something is wrong. So it's just God. It's just God.
There's one big man in the industry I really respect, Mr. Wale Ekun. So he was having a concert at Ikeja here. So me and my brother, we went. So we got stranded. So it's not for Academy Guest House, if you know the place, around Ikeja here.
Okay, Academy Guest House.
So we trekked from that place to this place, knowing that Grandpa there was the rest they settled. So I walked into his rehearsal. So he just said I should just play anything, and I played one intro for him. At the time I was still practicing because I was eating my body that time. You see my body. Grandpa was so shocked. He was like, I said, I said to the world. You're like, wow. I mean, I could never play because that moment I've not been able to overcome crowd, like all his band members, the top guys in Juju, they fear, man, they shake.
I just shock.
I just play, I close my play, even when I said I was like, Tim Sobe was there now, like, sorry, one more time, I was bored. He felt it that it was so good, and he felt like, he knows that I have it in his. I just needed to be
encouragement.
Yes, encouragement, and I needed to be shaping. I would like so. It took me. So if he needs anything, just do this. If I do it, okay, Shebai. There's even we're working on a track. With Eminent and grandchildren. I'm producing the track. I'm even singing. My cousins are singing. He brought. If you listen to the track, you guys will listen to it soon. He brought all the intros, all the ideas. Grandpa
brought everything.
We just bring it on this. Like,
you just come like that.
To me, that's what I want to learn from him. How to think and create spontaneously. He does that. So that's all. So he's helping me become the person I can, like the best musician I can become.
So you mean Ebenezer Obey, God just bring those inspiration and he just download it and you interpret?
He did Baba Edo. Grandpa is 80. Grandpa, let me say, he will be 80. Grandpa is very smart musically. I don't know. I don't know how it is for him. Grandpa is going to his room. He's listening to something. He didn't plan it before. Grandpa will start singing. Something Grandpa has not heard before. Like, he's just so creative, very creative.
He will just start downpouring it and...
Grandpa know they write song.
He don't write
once. And if you don't record it, forget the song. If you should go again and remember, he will sing the same song for you. Grandpa is, I don't know.
Okay, Nifemi Obey is the granddaughter of Ebenezer Obey, and Ebenezer Obey is the grandfather to Nifemi Obey. Who is he to me? He's many things. He's my friend, he's my mentor. He is someone that inspires the world greatly with his tenacity for culture, which is quite infused in his music. So we see that the world celebrates Juju music through some of his influence as well. So he is a fantastic man. He is awesome. He is more than what people see. There's more to him than what everyone sees. And he's an experience. He's an enigma. And yes, that's just it.
Grandpa is a very loving and kind person. He's very, very kind, and he helps me in many, many ways. And he's always going to share his knowledge about life with me. And he's just an amazing person. First of all, he's also very humble, and has taught us humility as people, as his children and his grandchildren. He must always remain humble at all times. So Obey is a very, 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 very good grandfather. He's the best. He always take care of us equally. So I love him for that.
Without bias?
No, he's not biased.
He takes care of
all his grandchildren equally. Sitting with him, he inspires me every time, to be honest. He inspires me every time. Inspires me every time. Sitting with him alone, I'm already getting inspired. If we are watching TV together, watching anything music together, he's just going to always tell me about something, to just let me know, do I know about this, do I know about this? Always going to guide me on the right path. So he inspires me in every way. Every way.
Oh my God.
First grandchild, or like let's say first son to be born in his months. If we look at it, if we look at the history, first son to be born after Baba, his birthday is April 3rd and I'm April 6th.
Oh wow. April 6th, just 3 days.
3 days after his birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are sharing birthday with a great man.
To me, it was, at first, I didn't really look at how important that was.
Hey.
Because I was still, I was still young then, but like most of my mates didn't know who was Ebenezer, who was Ebenezer. It was around when I got to my secondary school, and now I was like, okay, my grandfather is actually popular, but when I was in primary school, I just knew him as grandpa. But entering SS1, and I'm like, all the teachers are always around me. That's Ebenezer's grandson, and I'm like, wow. And I'm like, okay, since you guys know him, okay, let's keep it going then. If I'm popular then. So it's not any small play or childish thing.
It's not a child's play
at all. By the time I exactly knew who Ebenezer Obey was when it was 70. The one we did at
75.
No, not even Apekuta. The one we did at 10 degrees.
Okay, that's 70.
When I saw the massive crowd that day, I was like, nah, this is the real MVP.
That was the first one you were saying.
Yes.
It was not 60 many years ago. 70, yeah.
When it was 60, that was when I was born, probably. I was just entering the world.
Can you imagine?
So when I saw that, I was really, really surprised.
So you now knew the caliber of the man you are living with as your grandfather.
Yes. Man of wisdom.
A lot. You don't just sit with Ebenezer Obey and not learn. He's an institution. He is knowledge personified. So what do I learn from him? I learn a lot. One of the main things that triggers me and propels me to do better is his love for knowledge.
Love for knowledge.
Yes.
I'm surprised.
His love for, he reads. It's one thing that a lot of people don't really.
You mean your grandfather have time to read?
Yeah.
Despite playing the guitar, singing?
He reads a lot. He reads the newspaper, he reads books, he reads. So he's very knowledgeable, and his desire to, you know, impact knowledge is something that really triggers me and inspires me to do better. His music also plays a vital role in my life, in the sense that it's very, he's very meticulous about the messages that he passes across to people. So that also propels me to want to do better in my actions and not just words.
What my dad says is that we should, it's actually normal, we shouldn't copy anyone.
Be yourself.
Yes, just be yourself, and know the sum of whom we are. Do not drink, like my brother said, do not smoke. Anointing, the covenant of God is upon your head. We have said that many times. So we all carry that with us as we all live every day. And it's like, you know, always just never do what others are doing. Wait for your time.
Wait for your time. Don't be in a hurry.
Yes, like now we see all influencers doing this, making money, and we are thinking like, okay, why is it that our own is different? My grandfather is popular, my father is popular, everybody is this, everybody is that. Why can't I just be an influencer too and start making money like all these people? And he says, you just wait. God knows what he's doing. Your time is coming. And so when he said that day, and I carried it, and I'm like, okay, as per little efforts, if your efforts, if you are going small, ahead, the result is waiting for you, and the result is very, very big.
Very huge.
Yeah.
I learnt musical business from Grandpa.
Musical business. Not just musical business.
Musical business, and not to, like, I learnt musical business and musical, I'll put it like, I'll say musical humility.
Musical immunity.
And musical business from Grandpa.
What's the musical immunity? I'm just hearing that word for the first time. Musical immunity.
My grandpa is so humble. I've not seen the person that is as humble as my grandpa is. Sometimes, because if my daddy should enter now, my daddy told me to them, if he should enter his house, grandpa cannot, he could not see the person that's at the door. We'll just say, he prostrate and greet. Like, it's very humble. Grandpa is a big star. Now, if you don't greet anybody, nobody go ask him. Now, Ebenezer, nobody. Grandpa is very humble musically. He does not fight for fame. He does not fight for. It's just there. The music aspect, the music business aspect. He structured his music business very well. He's not doing music for money. He's just doing it for the love of it.
He's doing it for the passion.
Some people call grandpa. I'm like, my grandpa, if suppose they charge these guys like 25 million, they go pay. You have worked for it in the past. You are big, you're an icon. If when Whiskey was doing his interview for his album Made in Lagos, Grandpa Gaz, if they're calling musicians, Grandpa name Gaz, he has worked for this thing in the past. Grandpa will not charge. Like this, they need help. Let me help them. They do this always. I learned it from Grandpa.
So he sang for empathy. He loved it.
Yes, for the love of music.
The passion.
Because the money, if Grandpa did money for music for money, it will not become as big as he used to do. He did it for the love of music, for the passion he had for it.
No, he helps me, I won't lie. He helps me personally in my music, knowing that he knows, because Grandpa knows this music thing, this thing they call music. Look around us, look at what you see.
Yeah.
We don't sleep 24/7, we're always here working on the music. And he can come, he can pass. He can just literally be going to a show and he can hear when I'm making music with my cousin, and he will sit down with us, like, okay, and before he leaves, he will stop everything, he will hold this thing, and he will sing that part for us.
I mean, Chief Commander Obey himself, your granddad.
With video proofs. He will sit down there and like tell us what is on his mind first. He can be going to his room and stop and just like freestyle something for us. And we, all those things that he freestyles, we are keeping it. We are keeping it, because I won't lie, I have to keep it, because he's too musically talented. Melodies, like, he tells us how he makes melodies in his head, and I've seen it, him and my cousin, when they are doing a lot, he just do something. His 80th birthday song now that he did with us, the melody came from his head, he started recording on his phone. So I went to his room one day, I was like, Grandpa, what do you do with these voice notes? How do you even operate your phone and have voice notes? Just recording. So now said I should carry his phone and should start playing the voice notes. And I started playing them. And I'm hearing them. I just hearing him doing the melodies with his mouth. I'm like, you already composed the song you want for your 80th already. 8 months back. 8 months back. So how do you make it come to reality? It was so easy to make it come, but you already had the melodies. So he's a musical genius. Then I'll take it down for free.
Musical genius.
For free. He's too good. It's too good. Even at his age, it's too good.
I mean, for somebody to be going and something comes to his mind and he record it,
No,
and they are just bringing it like that.
You can hit him anyway.
And you people are just doing something in your studio and he just not going to fit it call. Why you get it? And you come and tell you, I say,
yes.
You just put it.
We always ask for his opinions on our music. We always ask before we like, because he will always contribute, always.
So that means if your father didn't even agree, your grandfather would have agreed.
No, grandpa was supporting me from time. Because I've told him, because I like, when I won my first award, I think that's when he showed more seriousness that, okay, this guy wants to do this thing. Because the first year was I was hustling like someone that was from this, like, not have parents. I was
like an orphan.
Like, people will be telling me that, actually, your grandpa is a musician, my grandpa is a big man. Let him help you, because when I knew the hustle was real, I was at the studio in Bariga. Imagine what am I doing in Bariga? Offing my shirt. And my shirt was off like this. I was queuing to record. Just one song. I was queuing. So you already got me that God. How will I be queuing to record? Like about 3 studios everywhere.
Yes.
Should not be doing this rubbish because I'm scared of they will not support me.
You are scared of the cultural shock from them.
So I was like, it was a lot for me. I was like, God, why am I hustling like this? But I still did it regardless. So I think when I grandpa saw that I brought this award to him, like, Papa, I got this award, and then he asked me, where am I going to get this award? I told him I'm going to rent a hotel. He said, you are going to rent a hotel to collect the award? I said, yes, sir. I said, yes, I'm going. And I brought the award, and I brought it back for him. But this is me collecting an award. The first year I started music as an upcoming artist. So this is what I really want to do, and this is whatever way you can help me. So Grandpa gave me one condition. He said, let's face school.
Let's face school.
Yeah, where I want to be, I know where I want to be here. Trust me.
So that's the deal.
That's trust me. I should be like I'm a base grandson for Granddad.
Maybe like in those places of people like maybe whiskey.
No, whiskey is even too. Okay. I should just be close to that with everything I have around me.
In terms of
there are a lot of people that don't know me, which they should actually. So if I was really backing or climbing my grandpa's back, if I was really on his platform, I should be close to the top by now. So you know that it's something I just decided, okay, promise Grandpa, let me focus on school a bit, and I can still be doing my music. It was just now I decided to like I can do school a little bit and balance it because when I tried doing that didn't work for me, which caused a lot of
friction.
A lot of rubbish for me. So he saw that I could not balance it. So he told me that still try and go back to school, but then when you can. So I'm just making my comeback to the industry with a little bit by bit.
So you went to school, really?
Yeah, I went to 2 schools. I went to Unilag first. I stayed in Unilag for like 2 to 3 years. Like I said, I was pursuing my music.
You were studying what in Unilag?
Chemistry. I was. That's when I discovered.
That's too extreme.
It's too extreme. So it didn't work out.
Music.
It didn't work out for me. I was not focusing on that aspect of
discipline.
No, I wasn't. I was just focusing on my music, performing here and there, giving more fans everywhere. That's the only thing I cared about, building my name. So I was really forgetting about. I was really forgetting about the school till my parents called me to that. I told them I can't really cope with this school, but I still want to go to school because Grandpa said you must go to school because so that when you make it, they won't scam you. Or my daddy tells me a lot. You still make it when you have something big. People will try to scam you because you do not read. You will be able to read your contracts by yourself. You'll be able to read this one by yourself. You need education. So even me, I won't lie. I don't like school, but I still go to school. I still went to Babcock to finish what I'm almost done to finish my education, and it's working out for me. So everything is a little bit balanced now.
Are you taking another course?
Yes, I'm doing information technology.
What information technology?
Yes, which is better, of course. Which is better.
It can interrelate with what you are doing and also help.
Information technology can just blend anywhere in life.
Yeah,
can blend anywhere in life, anywhere.
So that means that your grandfather, Ebenezer Obey, was a factor in you going back to school.
Yes, it was a factor in me going back to school. My grandfather and my dad, because my mom was always by force. I felt like
your mom wanted to beat and spank you out of it.
I didn't like her enforcing me in that area because
you wanted to be free.
I wanted to be free, and at that point I was just seeing a lot that you don't need school to to make it, all those things. That's why I was seeing things at that point. I wanted to just give up. It's because I didn't find where to run to. Some people will know where to run to. I'll pursue their music. I don't know how to run to. I'm enjoying too much in this house. I cannot run anywhere. So I just focus on my book.
I sing with him with the band. I got it. I passed for him.
Baba
on stage, yes. So
how do you feel being that, find yourself at the back of the Giants and be meaningful Agba?
you know,
does it make you? I mean, does it do anything to you psychologically?
The first time was not just easy. The first experience was not an easy one, you know. I was prepared for it anyway, because that day in the rehearsal room, because he knew I had the music in me. So that day was just like, okay, I didn't just know how it happened. I found the mic on me. And it was like, okay, maybe. And that day, all his bad boy, his vocalists, they were not around. I was like, okay. And he is singing as a musician.
Lead singer.
If I want to party, it's no. I can't sing treble because he will sing treble. So I just have to start with auto or something like that. So I'm like, I'm not even starting from where anybody can just adjust. So I just thank
difficulty.
God.
Very difficult.
I just thank God it happened. After the rehearsal, I just have to ask him that. Oh, bad. So that encouragement alone, like, since the year by it is okay, the thing is, most untrained parents now are not becoming parents now. Nǹkan tó fi dẹ̀ pé wàhálà pọ̀ jù láwùjọ ń sìn nìyẹn. Yes. So me having to deal directly with him, okay, like kind of person he is now. You know, looking at how things are, you know, the family is kind of rich family, the money is there, but he doesn't allow those things get into our head. It's gonna make you pass through
the rudiments.
How you have to pass so that you can understand, and so you can know the value of things.
It will make you pass through the rules, the rudiments.
You just say that because the game of business, no. Think about shit by that Dubai. To tell you, you know how to take care of your pounds, your pennies, your big ones. You know how to take care of yourself. Just so, you know, I just thank God. As I've said, I see myself as a privileged grandson. I thank God. I grew up that way. I'm getting those trainings because even sometimes among my colleagues, when I'm among my colleagues, they see me as a million or so good, and definitely a million like theater. I mean, Baba look me that bar.
Yep.
So that's why even said, even the way we have the elderly ones, they still prefer to, you know, to choose me as maybe their parent, because me, I know how to link with elderly ones so much. Although it doesn't start that way, but you know,
you understand that diplomacy.
So everything must come from him. Everything comes from him. Just a few days ago, we were having a discussion, and our discussion ended was Ori Lonishe and Yemo Bogu. But I'm hearing it from him in another
dimension.
Where you get to, you get there. Ori Lonishe, Yemo Bogu. You don't have to. It's not everything you have to. Because in this life, what everybody is born to become, you definitely get there. Just be optimistic and stay focused. I think that's the only thing that is kind of lacking in our generation now. Okay, look at the stories of children of 18 years, 19 years going for money. What are they looking for? They say you're looking for money. I don't know. We used to be blamed.
Yahoo boys.
We used to be blamed.
Who used to be blamed? So, is it the church, the parents, or the society?
We used to be blamed. So me so I want to say what you know. As in, he has placed every of his children and grandchildren in a position to prepare them for life, to face life. Okay, me standing before you now, I have diploma in music proficiency, I have my HND, I have doing my BSc, in the final thing in my kind examination, because it's placing us, each of us, in that position, whereby we're able to face life. So at that man at 80 now, I'm saying, okay, just imagine him at 80 now, quickly, probably the class of more, I see camera something here, most of us common entrance, as you imagine, like, you know. Okay, let's get in, you know, well, the killer for the joy, so, are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So,
I agree.
He's very concerned about it, that, okay, just have to prepare us to face life. So, I'm going to sing, bó ṣe ń palẹ̀mọ́ fún wa, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni òun palẹ̀mọ́ fún wa ní ọ̀run náà. So, he's preparing us for heaven, and thereby preparing his own place too.
In heaven.
So, one pepper lower. He's going to spend, the Lord is going to spend his life.
Just
so, ìròyìn ọ̀tí ó jẹ́ nǹkan pé elétò ni wọ́n. So, ìròyìn bíi tí wọ́n lè kẹ́. Ẹ má bìí kó yóò bá mi pọ̀ jù èmi láìkí.
No, ẹ sọ. So, ẹgbẹ̀gbẹ̀ la fẹ́.
Elétò ni wọ́n, so ìròyìn bíi tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣọ̀wọ́n. Ìròyìn bíi tí wọ́n wọ́pọ̀, so àǹfààní ńlá ló jẹ́ fúnra wa yìí. Àdé máa túbọ̀ dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run títí ọjọ́ ayérayé ni. Àtúbọ̀ máa dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run títí ọjọ́ ayérayé ni. So.
You can't remove him from all these things. That is an embodiment of who he is. It's not that you can remove this from this or that from that. He is, like you said, a teacher, a clergyman. Everything he does is centered around, the definition that you've given him thus far.
Yeah, a compendium of everything.
Yes, exactly.
Let's start from Obey the Evangelist. The Evangelist party, because they gave it to us in a Christian home, and we grew up the Christian way. You to do that. I'm going to fi hàn wá ní ẹ̀ tó fi lé wa lọ́wọ́ ní ẹ̀ àdèlè Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká ṣe nǹkan mi. You're not the loud. Now, you obey the musician. Me personally, I thank God for the privilege from him. Sometimes having me to be involved in the composition. Sometimes in the bedroom, you want to compose some of the songs. Okay, Aladi. Okay, but both of us in the bedroom, because even before the compositions just comes out and everything, because
right, genius.
Now, so okay, that can
be something else.
So I thank God I am learning from the source direct
from the source. You say the attorney Udua is the attorney of the source.
So by the time, that means what people should be expecting from me should be different from one another, because Amy Orisun go let me batter Orisun thing. So his composition, the way he composes, so musically is preparing me too in that line too. Academic, okay, for the professor part of it, at least told me don't say music diploma, music proficiency, don't say BS, don't. And that academically, because he wants me to just get to that academically. So he's just preparing us to
face life.
Yes. So, because I remember that day when I said music, because say you have to go to school because things changes. Or you hear me, but in singing. So
you didn't even know the import of that speech there.
Changes. Like I think changes. Only Lenko, you have the money. Coribel. So I just thank God for his life. I thank God for his life.
All his songs are fantastic, but one I love that I'm not able to get over his this one. Iwoloba or something, or Remi Majaja or Yeo. I love that one, and I love Imasiko, the parts that he sang. Esa mami, Ibinedion.
Esama, Ibinedion. Esama mi, Ibinedion.
That part.
Baba Ese, Ibinedion. Baba Orente, Ibinedion. Baba Michael, Esama, Ibinedion.
That's
Chief Gabriel. That's how I wrote Ibinedion.
Yeah, I love that part.
I love that. That's praising Ibinedion.
And I love Iba too. I love what he's sung.
Everything is fantastic. Fele Dumare, oh. Báwo àjúbà lọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ bàbá mímọ́ Lédùmarè ọba òkè Lédùmarè ọba òkè àjúbà kí bàṣẹ.
Yes, sir. That's it.
So what does his music do to you? I mean, in this age.
Yeah, a lot of people feel it's olden days music, but me, I like if my production, I infuse Juju into my production. Also, I'm trying to create, like, because he has lived the leg is tired already. He has left it in our hands to like should carry it. So the music, and past music is gold. Like Mr. Bright used to tell me, I have gold in my hands, but I don't know. Like
I have gold in your hand. So it's left to you how to market your gold and sell it to the world.
I have gold in my hands.
Raw gold.
Raw.
He has done a lot of works down.
Yes, he sits me down to teach me how to like how to create Juju. Like I feel Grandpa created the genre on its own.
Yes, Juju.
Grandpa created the genre, so he
especially the Juju Miliki. Yeah. Juju Miliki band and Juju Miliki brand. I mean.
Yes, Grandpa. So he's teaching me the nuances of the Juju music, the characteristics, what are supposed to be in the everything. Just sit me, okay, you should use this. Whenever you're playing, I will give you guys a tip. Most people do Juju today, like everybody uses talking drum, but I don't like talking drum. I told you, no, you have to use it. You don't use talking drum in your song. It's no more Juju, it's no more called Miliki. It teaches me those tips, life tips. I learned a lot from Grandpa.
Like I said, if you listen or if you play back this and you watch it, you hear me say it's a lot. He does a lot, and he makes me want to be a better person. So his music is an inspiration to me, and that pretty much allows me be more than I am. It makes me, when I stand in front of people, when I'm around people, I become a force because his messages have driven me into becoming who I am today. So yes, that's what it is.
Do you have any particular track that you love, that he sang, that is inspiring and is intoxicating?
All his tracks, I cannot lie that there's this one that really triggers me. Everything is a hit back to back to back. So there's no particular music that I can say that I would say I love so much, because everything is fantastic.
You listen to some of those musics?
Everything. I listen to it almost every night.
All Grandpa's songs, they are timely songs for different seasons, different time. Time ti gbéyàwó ni orin wà lọ fún ti gbéyàwó. Ètò gbéyàwó láyé Olúwa ló fi lélẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àṣẹ ni. Nínú ọdún tí ń bẹ láyé tí kéré sí oyàtọ̀ tó jọdún aláre. Ẹ̀bùn pàtàkì lọ́mọ bíbí ìyá àbúrò kú ewu. So èwo ni kò ṣe pàtàkì nínú gbogbo àwọn àsìkò yìí. So
all those things are special.
So he releases his songs based on relevancy. So we can't say, okay, ṣé tìgbéyàwó ni màmú ni màá ní ọmọ tọmọ ṣe pàtàkì ni àbí tó ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ àjíǹde ni. So àwọn
àjíǹde dára níkẹyìn onígbàgbọ́ Jésù mi jọ̀wọ́ jẹ́ kí n pàdé rẹ.
Jẹ́ ìjọba pẹ̀lú rẹ.
Jẹ́ kí n jọba pẹ̀lú rẹ.
So it's difficult for us to say ilé ìmọ̀fẹ́ tó bá ní pé lè fẹ́ mú àwọn olùfẹ́ filẹ̀.
Kàkàkí gbajúmọ̀ jálè ikú yá jẹ́ sí lọ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣọwọ́n lúwàbí o ènìyàn. Oh God.
So fúnra wa báyìí because torí àwa ọmọ bí àwọn oníyẹn ṣe rí a lè fi kan lẹ̀ fún kan gbogbo ẹ̀ ló lásìkò tọ́dún bá dé èyí tó máa wọlé ti wà ń bẹ̀ bí ọbẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣọjọ́ ìbí ìbí tó máa wọlé ti wà ń bẹ̀ wá ṣe ọmọ tuntun lábí tó máa wọlé síbẹ̀ ti wà ń bẹ̀ èyí pé so gbogbo oníyẹn gbogbo ẹ̀ ló lásìkò tiẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ní gbé tá máa fi sí. à ń jáde lọ́lọ́ ní Ẹlẹ́dùmarè òbí làwọn ọmọ fẹ́ jáde nìyẹn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni every day that's daily song. Bàbá wa Ẹlẹ́dùmarè bàbá fọ̀rọ̀ wá
àárín nílẹ̀
àfolókè ká má kélé sí lọ́nà bàbá.
kálọ́fẹ́ kélé sí lọ́nà ṣé orin yẹn la gbéjú náà máa ti pé à ní fi tiẹ̀ ṣe. àìmásíkò ló dààmú ẹ̀dá o
ọ̀rọ̀ wa lọ́wọ́ Olúwa.
àbí ọ̀rẹ́ mi ẹsẹ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́
báyé bá fẹ́ ògùn ránṣẹ́ o ayé ò fẹ́ ní fọ́rọ̀ àforí ẹni.
òṣèká gbàgbé ọ̀la ó gbàgbé ọjọ́ yìí kẹ́ so gbogbo àwọn orin yẹn gbà lè fi kan lẹ̀ fún kan àbí bí èyí tó máa ṣọmọ Yorùbá tó yẹ pé.
ìwé ilé ìfọlọ ní àìbolúwa ṣòwò ká máa jèrè
tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n tábà bolúwa ṣòwò tàlàtúwẹ́ bá ṣòwò.
èrè owó ajé níyàwó èrè owó ajé níyàwó ajé owó níyà èrè owó ajé níyà ajé níyà èrè owó ajé níyà bàbá Miliki.
so things àwọn orin kò ṣe é filẹ̀ fún kan.
they are all seasonal songs.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni so láti kò bá ti tó wàá mú tiẹ̀ ni wàá mú.
for different messages for different seasons for different seasons of life.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni. ọ̀dàlẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀wà ọ̀dàlẹ̀rẹ̀ tó gbẹ kòtò síwájú tó ní kàkà lọ sẹ́rẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ ṣe. èwo la fẹ́ mú èwo la fẹ́ filẹ̀.
ìṣe bàbá fọwọ́ ọ̀tún bá wọn wí àtúnfọwọ́ òsì fámọ́ra bàbá fọwọ́ ọ̀tún bá wọn wí àtúnfọwọ́ òsì
èlé
jọ̀wọ́ bá wa tún Nàìjíríà ṣe.
àwọn orin yẹn jáde pẹ̀lú àṣẹ ni sọ́dọ̀ akọ́lé fi máa tu àwọn nǹkan láti because some people might have been led astray but àwọn orin yìí ló sì ń guide wọn you know I've heard of so many testimonies so
put them through.
irú àwọn ibẹ̀ náà àwọn náà sì á lè
ẹ̀yin gbé inú orin yẹn.
mi lè sọ pé mi lè jọ ebi inú ẹ̀ gọ́gọ́gọ́
lè bí wà lè gbé náà àwò yẹn náà orin yẹn lè ń gbé náà lọ ti bí yín sí. ó ga ó serious.
orin àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n ni àwọn olóye ni àwọn tó ní.
There's this particular one I'm trying to remember what is àìmásíkò.
àìmásíkò ló dààmú ẹ̀dá o.
Yes sir.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà. ìrètí mi kò má ní kọjá mi. ìrètí rẹ kò má ní kọjá rẹ. wọ́n ní kó bọ̀ ṣàmì lọ́jọ́ sí ó ṣe fàárí. wọ́n ní kó bọ̀ ṣàmì lọ́jọ́ sí ó ṣe fàárí. oṣù dídùn ó wá solómi ìṣòroro.
àìmásíkò.
àìmásíkò.
Yes, sir.
You love the song?
I love it.
Correct. You know, that's a good song for you.
That's a very, very nice song.
So, but you listen to some of his songs too, many of them, but you like àìmásíkò.
Yes, I love àìmásíkò.
He's a man of humility. You know, and that humility he passes on. He passes it on to his children and grandchildren. You know, and that thing has been working for him for a very long time. And one of the we can feel it too. So, the humble man, just as everybody knows, the man of God, the musical legend,
the philosopher king.
Yeah,
philosopher king.
And the man who loves God.
The lover of God.
A man who loves God. A man who loves God. So, a disciplinarian. Because that part of disciplinarian, me, I don't have so.
Have you spanked you before? Has he spanked you before? How did you get the heat of his discipline? Because I know that your grandfather is someone that has principle. And me myself, I feel the heat. So there are some things I cannot do. There are some things I try to just dodge so that I don't. Even interviewing him, you know, I've been interviewing him for years. So I can feel it. You know, but from your own perspective, what is it like?
You know, looking at my grandpa, he's a calm person. As in, his general personality is a calm person. But the man is just beyond. He's not just ordinary like that. Because there are times that while I sit down like this, okay, maybe I'm seated there. I'm saying that in nǹkan tó ń rò lọ́kàn tó rò kó fẹ́ ṣe. As in, ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ tí mi díẹ̀ méjì tó pé mo fẹ́ nǹkan kan báyìí. Mo fẹ́ as in mo wò pé báwo ṣe. And he said it that nǹkan tí mo rò wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ jáde.
Maybe he's a prophet.
Because mo ṣe rò pé bí abọ́ mo ṣe gbé.
Wọ́n fẹ́ bá mi lọ bá ní.
Mo fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Ọ̀nà fẹ́ gbé gbà.
So ní kò tó fẹ́ sọ. So like so ìyẹn gan ó kọ́ ṣẹ́rù bà mí fún bí ẹ̀ méjì ṣe mọ̀ pé wẹ́.
They spell it out.
So like this man.
So maybe it's an angel. It's an embodiment of angelic virtues.
Àwọn tó yàtọ̀. Àwọn tó yàtọ̀. So it means that if you are there, he knows what's running through your mind.
So deep philosophically.
So it's such a deep person, such a very deep person. So let me come again. It's not so easy like that because all I just said some staff just retired because of and nǹkan tó yẹ wọ́n ní pé àwọn nǹkan tá a need àwọn tó ń fi tọ́ wa yẹn àwọn àdúgbò ẹ̀fọ́ ìpò làwọn fẹ́ sá lọ àwọn nǹkan yẹn ló yẹ káwa di bá ṣe wà yìí.
Strong discipline, strong training,
so those things, so
guiding principles.
That's it.
Strong,
So that's so
like the fathers of the old.
So that's why among my colleagues, I'm always emimu yato, àwa yato. Ìsọ̀rọ̀ sí ni, ìṣe sí ni. So bá ṣe ń ronú, the way we interpret things. So I just thank God that kò sí gbogbo ọmọ lórí àǹfààní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àdúgbò pé yẹ so àwọn aráfààní àtún lè dúró ọlọ́fún alágbára àti dúró ká gbà
ẹ̀kọ́ yẹn
ká gbà pé so a calm person and a disciplinarian and a man who loves God.
My grandpa is fun to be with. He makes me laugh every time. Always, boy. How? I feel so great to be with my grandpa. Like, when I'm with him, like it's like a friend. Let me say, like a friend.
He relates to you like a friend.
They relate like buddies. That's what grandpa be to all the grandchildren.
So what are those things he says to you that makes you laugh? I mean, anytime you just are lonely, maybe you are bathing, you just think about it and you just laugh.
You're like, okay. When I go to meet him for morning, I grandpa one morning. We're like, okay, I tell him the amount I want. We put it in his pocket. We count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then Jamalu will just call the money and give it to me. A lot like that. A lot. But
when you take those monies from me, how do you do it?
I just tell him I need money and he gives me money.
You don't know how to say no.
No, I don't say no.
He's a gentleman. He's a gentleman. He's a gentleman. He's sweet. He's soft. He's your friend. He's very funny as well. He's very witty. Can be very, 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 very funny. So yes, he's, like I said, there's so much that people don't know about him until you experience him. I can only define to an extent. Unless you know, unless you experience him, unless you sit down with him, at some point, you would have your own personal definition of him.
I'm sure you are not married.
I'm not married.
But would you like to marry a husband that had the characteristics of your grandfather?
I mean, that would be a fantastic thing. That would be a fantastic thing. Yes, I would.
They have the characteristics of Ebenezer Obey.
Definitely.
Gentleman, innovative, easygoing,
yes,
creative.
Yes. I feel like he's also someone I see who had foresight. A long time ago when he created all these beautiful music, he also kind of had the idea that, I don't know how, God just placed it in his heart and he decided that this is what I'm going to do, and he did it. He sang well, and things that he sang years back is now manifesting. So I feel like he's kind of like a prophet as well, to an extent.
A prophet indeed.
During the lockdown that he died, that was one thing that really shocked me. Like, are you people wishing him dead? Like, what's the problem? Why is this a consistent thing for all of you? He's alive and well. So I feel like that's the only thing. I've never really heard anything negative about him in the media, because he's not just that kind of person. Like I said, he's a gentleman. He does what he wants to do. He's very passionate about what he's passionate about. So he doesn't have that time to be what people want him to be. There's no time for him to project or to accept the projection on him. So yes, I've never heard anything negative in the media. The only thing I've heard is that, rumors of his death, and that was really irritating and annoying to hear. So yeah.
I think they don't know the sacrifices he makes within the household, what he does, what he goes through to make everybody happy. I think nobody will know that, obviously. But me, I see Grandpa can literally do anything for us, you understand, and which I appreciate a lot.
To make you happy?
To make us
to
happy.
Make you comfortable, sorry.
If he does not even have today, we still find a way, we still get something. If he does not have today, we'll have tomorrow, we still get something. He's always just going out of his way for us, which inspires me a lot that, wow, Grandpa, every time you have to just say yes. Even if you correct it, that not every time, it's not every time that they say you tell somebody a picking yes. You say to Yoruba, every time mom so for Monday, yes. He will say yes to you.
At the end of the day, you still go and meet him and you just find a way to say yes.
So it's just that kind of person that is just a very, very nice man. So people don't know that aside from that, he helps people.
Philanthropism.
Yes.
Philanthropism.
100. That's the part I want everybody to know about him. He's a very, very nice man.
He's a philanthropist, a giver.
A giver, yes, very nice man.
Well, I'll say he's a man of everyone. He's a man of wisdom. When he talks to you, you know that, wow, this man is really, really speaking from experience. He's experienced. Let's say that he has seen life. He knows what it is. So if you are asking for an advice and you're taking the wrong step and he tells you or he changes your way of thinking, he knows what he's saying because he has been there before. Experience is the best teacher.
Experience is the best teacher.
Exactly.
But so that experience will not be a wicked teacher to you.
At all.
Then he's guiding you.
Yes. He tells us the right thing to do. If you are doing it wrong, it doesn't care where you are. It will tell you, hey, what you are doing is actually wrong. And he guide you to the right path.
I'm proud to be affiliated, to be associated with him. Even though I don't particularly I don't like people knowing that we are related, because I want to sometimes make sure that I have lived up to the name. And
you want to make sure, you want to search yourself and say, am I living up to
am I doing what is worth doing? Like, is it worth? Am I doing it well? And is he proud of me when I do these things? So sometimes I'm sitting down, I'm listening to his music, and I'm like, fantastic, fantastic. No matter how hard I try to downplay who I am, it will never leave. So what that does is makes me want to be a better person, as stated earlier, and I want to make change, through creativity, and to create like a sustainable plan or goal for people in the creative industry in Nigeria. And it's something that I'm working on, and hopefully in the nearest future it manifests, because I come from a line of strong creatives. My cousins, my grandfather, some of my uncles and aunties, they're very, very creative people, and the desire to continue creativity and culture and tradition, that must never die. A lot of young people have forgotten, their background, and I feel like this is something that we need to bring back, because it's evident in his music that culture and tradition is one thing that, should not die, and it's something that he wants to, leave a legacy for.
Or institutionalize.
Yes, exactly, exactly, correct.
Well, are you into creative thing too?
I'm currently studying mass communications, and I'm also a graphics designer, a videographer, cinematographer in general, and a photographer as well. So yes, there's
is it the blood?
It's creative. We have to be creative. It's something that we're proud of.
Your father is a guitarist, lyricist, publicist,
psalmist. Yes, exactly. So I desire, like I said, the desire to make sure that culture, arts, tradition is sustainable in Nigeria, even with the evolution of technology.
How do you think we can preserve the great works of your grandfather?
Like I said, technology has advanced, and you can go on various platforms, and you would find that his music is still thriving. You go on social media, and you are having your birthday and you post a picture, you can actually infuse his song. So it's something that I've seen a lot of people do. And like I said, the evolution of the media has made it very easy for there to be, keeping of, his music and his teachings?
I mean, a kind of online archive initiative.
Exactly.
Put it in a very good archive online.
Yes.
That's interesting.
He has changed my life in many ways, in different ways. More, I don't know, it's just too much. I don't know where to start from. The ways of my music influencing my whole life in general, as a person. He has touched my life in so many ways. Wherever I go, his name speaks for me.
Speaks volume.
It's just there. Like, the respect is a lot. And the name is a very, very heavy body to carry.
Are you saying that the name is opening doors?
It's opening a lot of doors.
Not just ordinary door, golden doors, silver doors.
A lot of doors. It's opening doors. I can't lie about that. So it's a lot to carry. So his name has done a lot for me, basically, personally for me. It means a lot. I feel very blessed by God. I feel very blessed by God that God chose me to be a grandson. I don't see it as an ordinary thing. I don't take it for granted at all. Like, being grandson of one of the music icons that people in the musical industry look up to, and I'm his grandson. That's a lot. That's a lot for me, and I thank God for that. And if I was come to this world over and over again, I still pray I'm still in this position that I am today.
You want to be the grandson of Ebenezzer Obey Fabiyyi
for life.
You want us to be the grandson. You don't want to be the grandson of Ibrahim Babangida or Enki Abiola or grandson of Adip Makeda.
I love being the grandson of
Ebenezzer Obey.
My father tells me, Lord, my brother says one thing. He says, God is the only way. That's what my dad tells me every time. You cannot do it alone, you cannot do it alone. Man can put all the effort he wants to put in this life, but God is the one that makes somebody a star. So my dad has imparted those lessons in me and my brother from time, how we have to put God first in everything. How you will not, he said, his father has been alive, his father has never smoked, drank, or even gone to prison. So he says, none of my children will do that.
Amen.
So you guys put God first in everything you do, and God will lead your ways. So my daddy made sure that God was a priority in our life every time. So it's so how do I put it? When we want to run to, when we need something, I don't know, like when I'm in trouble, when I'm in need, when I'm just frustrated with life, generally, I know how to get on my knees and say, God, send me your son.
Yeah.
I'll put you first. In the church, I have to be active in church. I have to, my grandpa church, I have to be in the choir, I have to do this. When people are seeing me like, why is he doing this? Why do you need to be in the choir? What's the need? I mean, it's my grandfather's church. Yeah. Why can't you be here? But
why can't you be driving your flashy car and just, hey, for motor? Yes. But you have to still work in the choir.
So you have to serve. My mom is serving, my dad is serving. I have to serve.
Well, it's a very big privilege. I thank the Lord, because I don't even know. I really thank the Lord, because it's a very big and huge responsibility on me, myself, my brothers, even the family, the children and the grandchildren. It's a responsibility on us. First, Grandpa leave a legacy, a very big one. Yes, I don't know. He has lived it already.
Yes, he's still living around it.
It's big enough for even the generations to come before. So you get, it's just like Whiskey and Davido now. The way people want to, like, when he was in his prime, he was stopping the chart. So he had his son. My daddy too took over. My daddy is in his own, like, to his own capacity. He's big. He's built and made. So me too. I feel happy. But I feel
fulfilled.
I feel fulfilled, but I feel there's a lot of work for me to do. Because they know my grandfather, Ebenezzer Obey, my daddy, Tolu Obey, me, Nino Obey Fabiyyi, they will expect a lot from me. Like they expect from I see him as a mentor, my uncle, I call him Uncle Madikuti. He's so, if you look at it, it's like 3 generations of Afrobeat. From Pafela to Uncle Femi to Uncle Made. It's past, it's the 3rd generation. So this is the 3rd generation of Juju music. Everybody expects a lot from me. So I feel it's a very responsibility I have to carry.
Because of that has been one of another reason why I've always determined to succeed, to make it to the extent that I will be able to carry that name as my own. Because that name Obey, if you call Obey too, is him. Dansaki yen, long temps. Because, okay, maybe in school, maybe you have to do something in school, maybe you're filing in school and you have to keep up. Okay, when is your turn? Obey Fabiyi, Obey Fabiyi won this year. Awalewa. So the name
Accelerated.
Yes.
Greats.
So the name has paved way for us. And it still let us understand that we shouldn't allow that name get into our head. We have to do some. You have to. I built that name. You can build it too. Build it too. Because it makes us understand that it means Ebeneza Obey. Yeah. Ladi Obey ni wọ́n jẹ́.
And Obey is in why? Can she obey OBE?
So you just have to work hard
to sustain that.
Okay. Just imagine maybe I Colonel mi wọ́n ti gbẹ́ ńgbà tó bá dàgbà tó bá lọ tó ń sìn. Wọ́n di pé ẹ̀rọ àwọn ọmọ òbí nígbà tí bàbá wọn ṣe wà láyé kí ní kan gbà tó ń lọ tán wọ́n di pé so a gbọ́dọ̀ so much is expected of us, so a gbọ́dọ̀ padà sẹ́yìn. Because the Oyinbo used to say that to whom much is given, much is expected. So you just have to work hard to maintain that name, to maintain it, and to be in that position where that name is already. Because the name is just not a common, it's not
it's not an ordinary name.
So you just have to work hard to
maintain the pedigree.
Okay, maybe just just imagine I become maybe the president of Nigeria now. President Oladipupo Fabiyi. So orúkọ yẹn ó pàdé ó ìtẹ́ kó wà ní ó kí mọ́ra wọn ni. So
I feel happy. I feel like I'm on top of the world, like, because it's a privilege. It's a privilege to be born into this family. It's a big thing. That name Obey, outstanding.
You're how old now, sir?
About to turn 20.
20, okay. You're a teenager. So, how do you handle the name when you go out and, apart from that school experience, when you see teachers gathering around you, trying to help you so that you won't fall, how does the name handle you when you find yourself in the crowd?
Well, like my dad always says, or I don't know, you don't shall follow bad friends. Yes, I don't know the Yoruba like that, but don't follow bad friends. So he always says that, and Abati will always tell you, know this, remember the son of who you are. I know what you are doing. Yes, I know what you are doing. Abati says that all the time.
So it's like a philosophical guideline now.
Yes, that what others are doing, you don't do. What others are earning now, you just wait for your turn. God would do you good. That is always in my head.
It carries you along. It helps you to
don't need to rush.
To pilot your friendship with people and all that.
I think after I'm in the side of me creating music, because I won't sing, because when I fear people, if people plenty, I feel peace for body.
Your stage frights, crowd frights.
I'm very scared.
Culture shock.
I'm very.
So you want to be the man that they don't see, but they see the work.
Just listen to me. I did it. Ebeneza Obey's grandson. You know, boy. I don't want to be that kind of person.
That's interesting.
But with time, I feel and I pray I overcome that fear.
Well, in terms of music, well, let's see. There's a little bit of experience actually, but not fully. And at the same time, we can't all do music at the same time. Okay. We can do music, but we have different components and everything that we can actually do. So instead of facing music, we can sing. Like my brother said, he sings. Yeah, we can all play instruments. At least everybody all grandchildren must know how to do something that concerns music, because it's in our blood. So
that's like a standard policy.
Yes. So I've learned some few instruments, and I can play some.
Like which one and which one? So that means I can start learning those.
Well, I can sing.
Okay.
And I'm in the choir also. I sing the tenor and bass.
Oh, wonderful.
Part.
Wonderful.
Then as instruments, I played saxophone at a time.
Okay.
Yes, I played saxophone at the time, but not.
And you want to develop on it later?
Yes, later on.
Is it that school is taking that away from you?
Well, yes, I
want to face school?
Well, that's why I want to face school, but it's something like I want to do. I want to be outstanding. I know that it's not everybody that has the brains. People have talent, we have business, we have everything that people are really good in, but not really like when it comes to the brainy part, like, oh, I want to be the first, this and that. But we are also smart at the same time. That's how people have their different areas of how they excel in.
To be honest, it wasn't easy at first, to be honest. I won't lie.
No criticism.
Started this music with so much. At first, I didn't want my father to really know I was doing music, because I just discovered music on my own. So I just...
Nobody forced you to do it?
Yes, nobody forced me to do it. I was not supposed to do it. So I discovered it, I was like... So when I went to school, I could like pursue it well with nobody really knowing what I was doing. But I started to pursue the music little by little, and I started doing a lot in the musical area. People found out that, okay, yeah, this boy is this boy is that. So I think people just got to know that, okay, yeah, this one is a musician and he does music.
It's in the blood.
It's in the blood. So as for my father, I could not...
How did you confront him, and then how did you break the
Let me not lie, I think they found out.
They found out what they said?
Because people started calling my parents that, this is your money, colon she music, your money to perform by. I could not really escape. Because first of all, I couldn't escape for two reasons. Okay. First of all, my size and presence on stage or my name. I couldn't escape for two reasons. So my parents already found out, okay, this one is doing music. So my mom did not take it well.
Initially,
my mom did not take it well. And my daddy, he took it well. He didn't take it well at first. I won't say he didn't take it well at first, but gradually. My dad is a very understanding person, and he has seen that, okay, yes, this is what, because let's not lie, in this generation, I think what your child wants to do is what you should support as a parent. So my dad taught me many things, how to do it differently is what he opened my eyes to. Yes, he's a bishop, and yes, I'm singing Afro music just because of, it's just what Grandpa did back in the days before he converted to a gospel artist. Yeah. Making all these nice songs is what I learned from. I'm trying to just create that Afro sound. Making the music is what I enjoy. It's not about my lyrics, it's just making the sweet music. Making good music is what I enjoy doing, which happens to be Afro pop, and which I like a lot. So when I just told me how to do it, of course we've received a lot of criticism. People calling him, Bishop, he hears it a lot, and I feel.
How does it hit you?
It hits me because I don't like to see him like thinking that, oh, he can't be proud of me or something, or this thing cannot bring forth any fruit. You understand? So I tell him one day that it doesn't matter. One day. This thing now, I feel like I'll become a star. I know it's something I should be doing and I must do. And he tells me to say, I believe you will become a star, my son. I say, yes, bishop or not, we are still worshiping God. I can do my music differently and do it. And there's nobody that God cannot call, sir.
There's nobody that God cannot call.
You can't tell me that if God calls me today, I will not answer.
Yeah, or you resist.
I'll resist. It's not possible.
But right now, at least this is your calling.
Yes. You can do things differently. You cannot smoke, you cannot drink. He has put that on the line that, okay, yes, you can. There's a lot of things you can do differently and still stand out. You can still stand out as a star. You understand?
Even without smoking, without doing tattoo, without
doing all that.
All this, without dyeing your hair, yes. Make you look like a ragged. Oh my God.
So you can do all that. You can still represent me anyway. So yes, I'm a proud bishop. My dad is a bishop. I'm proud of my dad is a bishop, and I'm an artist. Yes, and I do music.
And your grandfather is an icon.
My grandfather is an icon. My grandpa is an evangelist. I'm proud. It's what we do. It's in my blood. I can't escape that.
Jacob Ebenezzer Obey's MFR at 80. Irú bàbá yìí sí tàǹsán yìí sí. Táwọn fúnra bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ náà, tó bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ bàbá kí lẹ tó fẹ́, kí ló tún máa ń sọ pé àwọn tó fẹ́ lọ́wọ́ náà. Ṣé ilé ni wọ́n fẹ́ fún wọn ni, mọ́tò ni, ọmọ ti wà, ọmọ ti wà. Just wish, just prayer because orí ọ̀fẹ́, just prayer, and the love, mo ti fi hàn, I just show him love, prayers, and I wish him well.
For his 80th.
Just prayer, long life.
Long life.
Yes, long life, yeah. For more long life.
Man.
For long life to live more, to stay with us here on earth.
I just want them to vibe, man, because not everybody will be able to make it for the birthday, you know. Some will be very far away from home, some will be far away from Nigeria. Just celebrate this, man. Because I have things undergoing. I have a lot of things I'm doing with my cousins, my brothers, to just celebrate grandpa. Just celebrate him anyhow you can.
Anywhere around the world.
Anywhere you can, anyhow, just celebrate him. You can. But if you're in Lagos, if you turn up, you're going to make it big for him. Okay.
I mean, you can start celebrating him from now. It's never too late to start the celebration. It's never too early to start the celebration. You can go on social media, you can dance, you can sing, you can just post a picture with his songs playing in the background and use the hashtag Ebenezer Obey at 80 or Ebenezer Obey in any way that you can. Just remember him. Put the infusion, hashtag Juju, hashtag Miliki, and anything that you can do really. You can also send your wishes through social media and in any way you can, really, you know. You cannot just stop celebrating him. He's worth celebrating.
They can celebrate him anyhow they want to celebrate him. How you feel from your heart, how you want to celebrate him that way. Just do it from your heart, to be honest. Celebrate him anyhow. Any way, any good way, any which way. Bless him, support him, send him gifts. We send gifts to his generation, everything. We're all here. And to the big artists, please support his grandchildren too. Collaborations we will come to you. We will ask you. Please support us. We are humble. And we are willing to work.
Well, this is not a small joke. This is not a child's play. Celebrate who needs to be celebrated. Somebody that has been there for almost everyone. He has impacted people with his music, with his preachings, with his words, with his anything you can name it. But we all know he has impacted one of us at a point in our lives. And I'm happy that this 80th is going to be large and it's going to be wonderful.
I thank God for the privilege of being your grandson. And as a matter of fact, I got my name from you. People call me Obey because you get the name. And you have done so much. You have done so well. You have arranged each and every one of us to a level whereby you'll be able to face life even after your departure. At least educationally, HND, BSc, diploma in music proficiency, becoming a chartered accountant and all that. You have done so well. In terms of religions too, musically, because the way I was, maybe the way I am now, where I was 7 years ago, 10 years ago, musically, it's different from where I am now. Because right now, I've been able to learn so much compositions from you in the bedroom. While we are composing, I'm always involved, and even the privilege of being able to sing with you on stage. Yeah. So I just got that privilege. I can just keep thanking you. Because you are just too much. I thank God for your life. Thank God for my life as well, being your grandson. We will never lágbó Ọlọ́run tó rọ̀ wá lọ́wọ́.
Àmín.
Àní borúkọ yín jẹ́.
Àmín.
Orúkọ tẹ́tí ń kọ́ tẹ́tí tún ṣe bọ̀ láti ilẹ̀ kò ní dàrú lórí tiwa lórúkọ Jésù. I wish you happy birthday, Grandpa. More life, more strength, and good health. In Jesus' mighty name.
Wow, Pops, I love you so much. Thank you for all your words all these years, and I pray that as you turn 80, May God bless you, lift you high, make you more greater than bless you abundantly with good health and everything that you wish. And at the end of the day, we shall all give God thanks and give praises to God. In Jesus' name. Amen.